When it comes to everyday household items, we tend to call it by the brand name that is most prevalent or the one that's been advertised to us. It's almost like a form of brainwashing. But when it comes to technology, that's usually not a good idea. Here's why. I've seen a lot of people calling all tablets iPads, and that's a problem. If you were to call an IT guy and say, hey, I need help with my iPad, that brings up very specific questions, concerns, hardware fixes, and software fixes that only apply to the Apple tablet, the iPad. No other tablet besides the Apple one is an iPad. They use their own operating system, their own software, they have certain complexities, they're harder to repair, things like that. So when you call any other old tablet an iPad, that can actually hinder things, so I highly recommend you don't do that. Now, what about all these other tablets? What are they? What should you call them? Well, if a tablet has a Windows sticker that looks like 4 squares, that means it's a Windows tablet. So that's running Microsoft Windows, and it has a semi-touchscreen interface that sort of works. You almost only see this in corporate environments or in college students that use it for note-taking with a stylus. That's pretty much the only place you see that. The most popular tablet, other than iPads, are usually Android tablets. Now, Android tablets are tablets that may come under a lot of different brand names, which is the same thing for phones, but we're not going there just yet. You might see Android tablets labeled Amazon Fire HDs, Amazon Kindle Fire, Samsung Pro, Samsung Tab, Samsung whatever, LG Slate, blah 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 blah. Essentially what it comes down to is if it's not an iPad or a Windows tablet, aka Apple or Microsoft branded, it's running the Android operating system. Now, these Android tablets may all look and behave slightly different, but they can use the same general apps. There's also some downsides to this. Even though Android is probably the absolute best, hands down, mobile touchscreen interface, there's one issue with it. And the issue is that you have all of this variety. You can't just go out and say, oh, hey, Android tablets are the best. They are, but not all Android tablets are the best. Android is a piece of software that determines how the system functions, what applications it can use, and it's developed by Google. They do a generally very good job with it. The problem with it is all of these different manufacturers can use the Android operating system software on their tablets, so they can release, like Amazon did, although Amazon did a pretty decent job, other companies didn't. They can release the Amazon Kindle Fire. And that is a decent tablet, but it's very cheap. They are about $50. There's other tablets out there that are just garbage. Even some of the low-end Samsung ones, I think it's the Tab E or something like that. Some other tablets are just never going to get updates. They just are poorly designed. Their software has been modified from the original Android interface to be just garbage. So whereas you can say with an iPad, oh, hey, the iPads are great. In general, they're decent, right? You're going to get that consistent experience. When it comes to Android tablets, it can be from any manufacturer. It may or may not be great. But the operating system, Android, is actually way more powerful, way more customizable, and a lot closer to a full computer than Apple's iPad OS is. And I have an iPad. I have an Android tablet. I've been an Apple fan. You can't tell me otherwise. It's just technically the way it is. So, and I love my iPad. It works great for the things that I use it for. But I just wanted to clear up the whole Kleenex is all tissue paper, iPads are all tablets thing for you today. I hope that helped you out. Check out my website, bobble.tech. If you have any questions, comments, other topics you'd like me to cover, use the comments box down below. Catch you later.